joined by Dr. Ben Emery from Aspen Ridge Dental. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you're coming in today to tell us something that we never thought a dentist would hear, and it's regarding overbrushing. So tell us a little bit about overbrushing.
Well, I brought some slides to show and to demonstrate also what overbrushing can lead to. Sometimes people think that the more you brush, the better off you are, the healthier your teeth, healthier your gums, but when in fact, if you're brushing with extremely hard toothbrushes, you can actually cause more damage to the tooth structure than actually being good for the tooth. And so if you're overbrushing and using like a sawing motion on your tooth, you can create notches in your teeth, which can be destructive.
So, and this is the sign of that you're overbrushing, correct?
Yeah, good toothbrush or a toothbrush that's older that needs to be replaced, and typically you see that splayed out pattern with the bristles because you're just pushing too hard and brushing too hard. So some of the things that we can see if you are overbrushing and scrubbing extremely are these notches that you see up by the gums and these areas by the teeth, and you can actually feel these with your fingernails. If you're concerned, if you have questions about if you're overbrushing, look in the mirror and look to see if you can see some dark yellow staining or anything. This is actually dentin and some stain from coffee or something like that.
Right.
And you can actually feel the catch of the enamel.
So they're brushing so hard it's causing dents in the teeth.
Exactly. It's wearing through the tooth. And the extreme cases can actually wear so far down here, for example, that you have just very, very little tooth structure left. And the restoration to fix that and prevent further wear is actually a full coverage crown or a cap.
Really?
So you put it over the entire thing, and that covers this area with porcelain or metal so that you can prevent that wearing away of the tooth.
So how do we know, I mean, we hear not to underbrush, you know, we want to brush twice a day. Is overbrushing brushing too many times a day, or it's just the act of brushing too hard?
I think just the act of brushing too hard. You typically want to brush 2 to 3 times a day after meals, but it's that scrubbing effect that people really like. They like that feeling of really clean teeth. And so what you find is that people will get the hard or the medium bristled toothbrushes and really scrub aggressively to get that clean feeling. I personally like the Sonicare toothbrush because it gives you that really clean feeling without scrubbing really hard and really cleans your teeth very well.
Okay, and so how do we know, what are maybe some symptoms before we get to extreme cases? How do we know if we're brushing too hard?
You can, sometimes you get recession in your gums. Your gums will pull back or your teeth will get longer. And so if you start to notice that, that's a sign of overbrushing. Bleeding gums sometimes, sensitivity in the roots, that can also occur.
Okay, so we have to find that happy medium in between brushing too light and brushing too hard.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us today. Well, stay with us. Coming up next, meteorologist Joe Hansel